Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Don't Fold Your Breath by GDC. So, this is a standard arrows, but with the Mad Magazine style fold-in constraint. We've had this once before on the series, but I'm not going to expect you to have done that one. So I'm going to go over these rules carefully and explain it. So we do have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. So in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 in once each. We also have arrows in the grid. This is the arrow theme week, so we're going to have arrows every day of the week. And so there's arrows, and there's always a circle attached to the arrow. Now, the digits on an arrow sum to the value that's placed in the circle. So I guess as an example, if this was a 4, this could be 2 plus 2, or we could do like 1 plus 3. But just these two, when you sum them, give you this digit. All right. And then we have this mad fold-in, which is crazy. So if I were to remove these 3 columns, think about folding this edge to hide these 3 columns, and you'd fold it over so that this column ends up over here, right? And you'd hide these 3. You'd kind of like paper folding, right? If you imagine that, then it's also a valid 6x3 Sudoku. So basically, it would be 3. It would be like a single band in a Sudoku, right? So you'd still have this is a box with 1 to 6 in it, right? And this is a box, and this is a box. This is essentially what we're saying. But also, if there's any clues, like this circle would then attach to this column is essentially pasted over here, right? So you'd have to look at what the circle's attaching to, how these lines work, etc. All right. So you kind of have to imagine that. And you have to follow whatever arrow, Frankenstein arrows end up appearing when you do that. Okay, and that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just highlight this to remind myself that these are also boxes. And then we can kind of imagine what this is going to look like. Now, one thing I'm noticing is the folded in version of this arrow, it still has a circle. This circle ends up here, but notice that this arrow gets extended. It's actually 4 long. So if we think about that, if this was 1, 2, and this was 1, 2, and this gets folded over to here, so imagine a 1, 2 here with the arrow there, that would already add to 6. So that's the minimum these can be, and they add to the maximum that we can put. And that's not the 6 in this circle, that's the 6 for this circle. So we know that's a 6. And now one thing that we know about this fold-in, that one conclusion we can make is the 2 digits that are missing from these 4 green cells are these 2 digits, because this is also a box, right? So these 2 digits end up here, meaning we always have these clones. So this 6 gets cloned here. This 1, 2 does get cloned here as a 1, 2. And these are a 3, 4, 5, meaning that these are cloned as 3, 4, 5. And so this ends up here, this ends up here, this ends up here, this ends up here, etc. Just because we have to complete this box and this box, so these 2 digits have to still be repeated over here. Just in kind of opposite orders. Now this does max out at 5. This is at least 3, 4. So that adds to at least 4. So this can't be a 3, which means this can't be a 3. All right, this is a 1, 2. That adds to 3, so that's our 3 there. And this 3 has to end up in this box, which is there. This 1, 2 pair. Okay, so this 1, 2 ends up here. Just normal roping on the Sudoku. Should I think about this 6 at all? I don't know. This is 4 or 5. I guess I should mention that this did. 1, 2, 4, 5. I'm just going to fill out 1, 2, 4, 5, and we'll think about this a second. This can't be a 5, because this adds to at least 3. If this was a 1, 2 pair, it would be 3, which means this can't exceed 3. And it can't be 3 anyway. So this is actually a 1, 2 pair here, and this is a 4, 5. So this adds to 3, which means this has to be a 3. Interesting how that worked out. All right. There's a 3 here, meaning there's a 3 here. Yeah, we know that kind of. So what's next? These are 4, 5, 6. Is it this arrow here? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, this can't be a 4. How did we make 4? This was our example. We could do 2 plus 2, but if we did that, we wouldn't be able to put a 2 in this box. So we can't do that. Also, there's a 1-2 pair here. Okay, actually, this is much more helpful. There's a 1-2. There's a 1-2 3 in this box already, making this minimum 4. This is minimum 1. That adds to 5, which is the maximum circle. All right, that puts a 5 there, which puts the 4 there, and the 3 there, and the 3 there. This is the 4 and the 1, giving us the 2 and the 1, the 1 and the 2, the 4 there. So that needs to be a 1. That's 2. If that was for the sum, we get the 5 here. That's 2 and 1. We get the 5 there. It's not 4. Okay, we're just collapsing this puzzle. 5, 6 pair. That finishes the column with a 4. This column finishes with a 2 and a 6, which we can't actually resolve yet. All right. 5 in this box is one of these two. Okay, what's our next step? I think. Yeah, this can't be 3, 4, or 5, so it's a 6. Finishes the box. Sorry, I have to sneeze. All right. 4, 6 here, so the 4 is here. This is the 6, giving us the 2 and the 6. That puts a 2 here and a 1 here, and we're done. All right, this is always a neat idea, JDC. I liked how we made kind of a virtual arrow here. This is kind of a virtual arrow, right? This plus this adds to that. And then, of course, the fold in with the clones, always a good thing to remember. It really speeds up the solve if you remember that. So, or figure it out at least. Anyway, I enjoyed this. Let me know how you did. And if you enjoyed it, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.